Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, back with another video. Today I'm gonna teach you guys how to lo-fi. Yes, I don't think it's my first, but I ain't did a lo-fi video in a while, and I'm really getting back into lo-fi. I just love lo-fi hip-hop. It's definitely dope. And I want to show you guys how I, make lo-fi beats in my own way and get that sound of lo-fi. But before we begin, if you can, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud at MrDifferentTV, so you guys can be aware of that every time, when I do stuff and all that blah, blah, blah. And also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you can be ready and know when I drop a new video every freaking day. So yeah, today we're gonna look at this beat that I made. Put it up on Instagram. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people wanted to see how I did it. And I did do a video reviewing a certain plugin that I used to make this beat. So I'm gonna break down the whole beat for you guys so you can actually see what it goes into making it sound. So let's just go ahead and play a little bit of the beat real quick so you guys get that feel of lo-fi. So let me go ahead and turn on one of my plugins, and then here we go. So yeah, that's just a little bit of the lo-fi-ness that I had. So let's go ahead and break this beat down right now. So we're gonna go to the first pattern, or the first sound it is, and break down. So the first sound I used was a Analog Lab preset. It's not a preset, but it's a preset, yeah. But it's from the Stage 73 plugin, which I do have. I'll just press this button, I can bring it up easy. Bam. See, I have the plugin. But yeah, Stage 23, it's called Sound of My Life. It's just a E-piano sound. I'm gonna take off the actual plugin so you hear just the raw sound. So as you see, very nice sound, very simple, nothing special to it. It is what it is. What I did do to it, oh, and by the way, I'm playing this in a E-flat Dorian scale, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, an E Dorian scale. So if you want to, know the scale and the key and all that, there you go. So yeah, boom. So yeah, so I just did that, as you can see, and I strummed the notes a little bit to kind of give it that little flail effect. And then, but for the processing, it was really trying to get that lo-fi sound. So the first plugin that I used was this TLA Chorus LX. It's basically the Juno chorus, the old Juno 60s and what is the Juno 6, like that. It's basically the chorus that's built into those. It's a free plugin, so you can go just type in TAL chorus, and it's free. Download it. Boom. They got a bunch of other free stuff, like reverbs, certain synthesizers and stuff like that. So, I wanted that nice, old school chorus effect. So when I add that to it, it gets bigger. I just got on a preset 1 because that's it. The second one's like really wide, but I didn't want to go that wide. So I like this because you just press either 1 or 2, or you have both engaged, and yeah, it's a dope chorus and very easy to use. Next up is my new favorite plugin, DAW cassette. It's great. I did a full review of it. If you want to check that out, come up, DAW cassette. It's a very dope cassette emulation plugin. Unless I did a full review, so I'm not going into it completely. But I added this to get that kind of warbling effect and some of that tape, the cassette distortion. I used the old tape, no noise, of course. So I'm gonna add noise in the end, and yeah, it just had that nice little warbling kind of old school warping effect. With a little bit of distortion and a little bit of highs getting taken away because of the head quality. And then last but not least is a Parametric EQ2, because it's the best EQ on FL Studio default. And I just cut some of the lows, nothing special there. So yeah, that's the first sound right there, and it's dope, and I like it, and it's just easy, you know. You take any piano and you can add that effect to it, and it's just dope. So let's go to the next effect, the next sound. I mean, when I say effect, the next sound is actually a break beat that I have laying around, which I'm doing a video on how to make break beats, so don't worry about that. But this is just a break beat right here. And I time stretched the chorus. I said the 2 bars, so it kind of loops back right. And, you know, it's just a regular break beat. It's at 86 BPM, but I'm at 90, so I just time stretched the chorus. So, yeah, and it works pretty good. Now, well, really, I want to get that kind of old school vintage sampled effect. So what I first did was put it through Decimor, which I need to log into my Splice account, because every time I do this, Splice, I do buy my plugins. Just to prove to y'all, see, I bought it. See, I buy my plugins. Bam. See? Ooh, yeah, for all you people think I torrent shit. I don't do that. But anyway, yeah, so Decimor 2. And I ran through the MPC 60 algorithm, which is a 12-bit sampler. You know, I don't know too much about the MP60, but, you know, DJ Av probably can tell us about that, because he know about it. So shout out to DJ Av. But anyway, Decimor just gives it kind of that nice punchy feeling. So this is what it sounded like before. Let's add in there. And I did cut some of the highs out. I can take the low pass out so you can hear the difference even more. So regular. See, I was just adding that little bit of punch to it. Like, it's a great way. You want some punch to your drums. Decimor 2 is definitely the best bit crusher in the world. I mean, high quality bit crusher is right. Like, is absolutely right about it. And then I added some tape to it, some DAW cassette tape, because I love this plugin. And we're just adding some little bit of motor. We're taking all the highs out, add some distortion to it using the chrome tape. So whew, sounds good. And then we're just gonna add some parametric EQ too, and cut most of the lows out, so you just hear kind of the snare, hi-hats, and stuff like that. And then you add it with the first sound, you get a nice little kind of bouncy effect to it. You know, so yeah, definitely dope that way. I like it. It sounds good, and it's definitely lo-fi to me, because I said, the thing about lo-fi I like is that, you know, making it sound bad makes it sound good. So, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, next up is the hi-hats. So the hi-hats is just a lo-fi, a free lo-fi pack I found. Nothing special about that. Just the sound. Simple lo-fi effect. I did do like some automations to the what's this called, velocity, and you see it's actually going down each note, so it's kind of giving that tick, 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 like it's got kind of a, I want to say, a delay effect to it. Like, it's like you add delay to it. Same thing there, but I did it myself, and I just copied it over, so it has just that nice old school kind of, I guess, hi-hat rhythm, as you can say. I guess you can say. I mean, you know, something like that. Also, I do have the swing engaged too. I need to mention that the swing is engaged, and I had a swing about 40%. So everything's gonna have. Wait, I'm gonna turn at the end of the video. I'm gonna turn the swing off so you can hear how quantized it sounds and see what that swing really does to it. So keep that in mind. You know. Next up is just, let's go to the next pad sound. Before we get to the drums. Next up is this pad sound. I was using the Juno 62 plugin, but it was glitching out in FL Studio. I got to figure out why I was doing that. It was glitching out, so I went ahead and did the same preset bank. I did the same kind of sound with the silent preset, which is nothing but a sawtooth wave with 6 voices, a lot of detune, and the lows cut off. Nothing special there, with a little bit of attack and a little bit of release. Simple synth patch, very simple. And let me turn the effects out so you can just hear it. This is how simple it is. But it still has that kind of old school vintage sound, sort of, kind of, but we need to make it sound more old school. And I'm just copying the same notes as the first pattern, so nothing special there. So what I did is I add a ladder filter to it, which is basically the Moog style of filtering. It's what came in all the modes. It's made by Kilo Heart, but you can use any filter and just cut some of the highs out. No special there. And then I added in the DAW cassette because it's DAW cassette. It's going to add some of that warbling effect and take some more of the highs out and make it sound a little bit more old school or going through some low fidelity. You know what I'm saying? Lo-fi stuff. Like that motor quality in this plugin has got to be the best thing about this plugin. That alone makes it worth the money. So if you want a lo-fi effect plugin, definitely pick this up. It's a great arsenal. I said this combined with Decimor and say like vinyl from vinyl is definitely a great combination too, because vinyl's free. This is very cheap, and Decimor is a fairly cheap plugin as well. Great combination. I mean, there's other plugins out there I'm gonna take into, but this plugin is definitely dope. No endorsement, but yeah, I love that plugin. It's great. All right, and then we go to the drums, of course. So we got the snare, which is just a Diller snare with some reverb on, of course, and I'm running it through a little plate reverb, which I got on set on a bus effect send. So I'm actually sending I think the snare and the piano through the same reverb, and I think also I want to say the silent too. Yeah, so that's running through this one reverb plugin. They're all getting the same treatment of reverb, so they feel like they're in the same room. And I did a video about how to set buses up. Yeah, this plugin was free at the time when it first came out. It's not free no more. It's about $100, but it was free. Definitely a dope reverb. It has a very vintage sounding plate. Sounds very dope, and I really like it. It's definitely great. I hope they make it like a full version of this one day, but I don't know. It's a Sound Toys. Get on it. So yeah. Right through that reverb. That's all I do to the snare. Nothing special there. The kick drum is where it's nice. So in the kick drums, we're just running through Decimor. This is what the kick drums sound like, just a lo-fi sound. Nothing special there. We're actually, matter of fact, thank you, please. Let me had this on as well. I shouldn't have that. So that's what it sounds like by itself. And then when I run through Decimor, you hear that crunch. I'm using the ASR 10 16-bit sampler because that sounded the best for the kick drum. I could have used the MP60, but the ASR 10 sounded a lot better. The MP60 preset just sounded a little bit more crunchy. Oh wait, huh? Ooh, nah, I like this. Yeah, I don't want too much crunch. I'm gonna crunch it again in the end, but yeah. You know, get the ASR 10 punch right there. And I just use the bass sine wave, which is nothing special, with a little bit of side chain to it. And I just side chain that to the kick drum. So yeah, you can hear it. Now let's go ahead and play. I want to play everything with the swing off, so you can just hear what it sounds like with no swing on. Sounds kind of boring and stale. Now let's put that swing back to 40%. You know, slightly sluggish, a little bit kind of late type of thing. You know, very simple, but I mean, it goes a long way. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, that's that. That's pretty much the beat right there. It was done at that point. But it's still not sounding lo-fi. So let's go to the main pattern. I got 3 more sounds I add in there. So we're going to switch to the full mix now. I added in 3 samples. So first I was just a rain sample. I don't know. Everybody likes rain. Rain sounds good in lo-fi. I don't know why, it just does. So we got a rain sample. Then we got some birds in the forest sample. Pretty little birds. And then we got a bar sample. So people having a conversation in the bar. It's samples I've been had and they just work. I like the bottles clicking because that's going to add to it. And also in the breakdown part, I do have a Omnisphere patch, which is just a bell, an Omnisphere bell sound. It added a bunch of shit to it. Like, this is what it sounds like. I don't see. If it's not solo, then why? And we're back. I had to go through and figure out which preset it was. I don't even remember which preset it was. That's why I hate Omnisphere. I think Omnisphere is stupid. I don't like Omnisphere. Might just delete it off my computer. But anyway, I found the bell sound. It works. I don't care. It's lo-fi, so it sounds crappy anyway, but who cares? But anyway, so we got a plain bell sound, so we'll just go ahead and play this by itself. So, bloop, bloop. Sounds like shit. Good. And what I added to it was the chorus effect. So, we added some reverser, you know, give it kind of that reverse effect. Some cassette, and then some filter, and you know, plus that's just a little breakdown part. So with everything going on, it's just there kind of. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. What the fuck says that shit? Really? Anyway, let's go back. But anyway, yeah, that's that. That's the whole beat right there in a nutshell. So but it's not sounding lo-fi enough. So let's go ahead and make it sound even more lo-fi. So what I did was I added Decimor to it, and Decimor is gonna just give it some more crunch to it. So we're throwing it through the MPC 60 preset once again. So oh, sounds good. Then we're gonna run it through DAW cassette because DAW cassette is dope. So want some more just I guess I'm doing this to kind of cut some of the lows and make it sound like it's going through some old tape. So see how it just takes away those highs and everything like that. Just takes it away, and you know, leaves you with the raw meat of the beat. So the meat of the beat. Oh God, I'm done. And then my favorite lo-fi plugin, VHS. This is a Reactor 6 plugin. It's absolutely free, but you will need to buy Reactor 6, and Reactor 6 costs about $100. And they usually have sales on their instruments, but if you can get Reactor 6 or you own it, definitely download this because this is a dope like effect for Reactor 6. And this VHS is basically, you could say it's like cassette. This is like a more, I guess, say advanced version of cassette. So if cassette's like the baby version, this is, you know, this is Big Daddy right here. This is Big Daddy right here. This is baby. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have a lot more control. You have different types of hum. You have like 3 different hums. You got hiss, crackle, and noise. And you can put them pre or post effect. Then you have tone, drive, low cut, compression, low, saturation. I mean, you got so much stuff going on. It can really shape your sound. Plus, you have microphone emulation as well with chorus, mono, and saturation. Like, this is super in-depth. When I turn this on, it's going to just change the whole sound completely. Like, just amazingly. So watch this. So here it is before. And yeah, that's the lo-fi. That's it. So I'm just saying, I'm just adding some wow and flutter, some warping, a little bit of chorus and speed. I cut some of the highs off. I did a really big boost, like cutting the highs. I chose this Telefunken M201-1 microphone emulation to give it kind of a, just I guess like a lo-fi sound. And I added some hums, some 3 different hums, a little bit of hiss, crackle, and I don't think I added no noise. And that's it. And I no saturation, no mono. So yeah, I mean, look, even without the emulation, the microphone. Like, That's my go-to lo-fi plugin. Like for mastering, for like the whole master track, I use VHS all the time because it works. And then I'll add a little bit of K-clip too, you know, give it some loudness. And then my L2 is just at the end for, you know, just keeping that, make sure it don't clip. So. And yeah, there you go. That's how your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different Lo-Fi. If you got any questions, I will definitely help you guys out with that. Probably gonna be dropping this track on my YouTube so you guys can listen to it. Probably not. I think I'm gonna do a song to it. We shall see in the future. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you got any questions about anything I use or you want to see me make more lo-fi stuff, I would happily do that. I know it's a little bit long video, but like I said, you know how I do. I go in depth with my shit. I don't just give you guys, no. You know how I am. So hope you guys enjoy it. Like always, leave your comments below. Thumb it if you like it. Thumb it down if you're a hater, because you know you're welcome. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, not motivated by the money, but the like, comment, subscribe, and views. Hope you guys enjoy like always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everybody.